everybody, I'm Daniel.
I'm Jordan.
And we're Daniel and Jordan. Welcome back to the show, you got. Let me do this again because I was cross-eyed.
I was too.
Here, there, and then here. Okay, got it for me. Hey everybody, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're
Daniel and Jordan.
Welcome back to the show. It's a pleasure for you to join us for yet another wonderful episode.
Episode 5?
Yeah, baby.
We're on a roll.
Man, and none of these are out yet.
None of them are out. But this might be the last one. We're in the home base.
Yeah, coming soon, baby.
We got plans.
Should we say where we're going now? Because no one's going to hear.
We'll just say where. Yeah, that's true. It don't matter. Yeah. We're going to Atlanta.
To Atlanta.
To interview
Davey Fortner.
Yeah, of Freshman 15.
Yeah.
The band, we played a show with them when we were younger, and we love their music, heavily influenced by it, and we get to go talk some music with some guy.
Yeah, what was the name of that place? Was it Bulldogs Cafe?
Yeah, in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep. We were the pop punk band, and we opened for... So there was 2 pop punk bands. Well, maybe 3, kinda.
I don't really
But
remember.
There were some really hardcore bands, too, like super...
The In Crowd, didn't they play that show?
Yeah,
and they were actually, I saw them years later at Warped Tour.
Are they still playing? They're pretty big, right?
I doubt they're still playing, but yeah, they were called like We Are the In Crowd.
Is that the dude with the white streak in his hair?
That the girl.
Oh.
Her name was Jordan.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. You know, because Jordan is a boy name or a girl name. We covered that on the last episode. Yeah. But yeah, so we're headed out to Atlanta to do that, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun experience for us. We're going to be sleeping in the same bed. Yeah.
Yeah, we will be.
Yeah. I'm more excited about that.
We're really excited.
But yeah, just like the good old days, man. We used to share a bed back in the day every so often, and you know, we're gonna get to experience that 20 years later. So
just being comfortable with each other.
Yep. I'll probably sleep at one end, and he'll sleep at the other.
If the toes touch, it's not a problem with me.
But if he starts sucking on them, that's when we cross the line. But anyways, yeah. Previous week, man, what you big got going on?
You know, I've been thinking about this, and you know, honestly, I've had a lot on my mind, a lot of just clogging up my head, and I've been trying to think about my week, and I guess we've just been so busy with this and you know my job that I ain't had time to slow down a lot, and you know that's why I was saying I want us to start practicing like maybe a meditation before, just to kind of get our heads clear and practicing sorting things out.
We did do some chord rearranging this past week at your house. Yeah. With all your chords.
That's right. I forgot that even happened for some reason. Yeah. Daniel here has an obsession with chords and just everything being crisp and clean. Yeah. Came over to my hellhole that I live in where I do all my editing and my music and my video games and just got all my chords up and picked them up and mounted it. And now I mean, the rest of the room looks like a disaster, but my computer does.
You know, just like that little certain percentage, it looks great. You know, we still got a couple things we could do, mounting this or that, but 0 to I think we have a 99% improvement rate in that corner.
Yeah, it's a start, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely. I wish I could do that with my mind. Just sort the chords out.
I wish I had stuff in my mind to sort, personally.
Yeah, things aren't plugged in.
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. But yeah, we did that. What else? Did you do anything?
Music. I did another day of music, which we do it weekly. I'll probably bring this up almost every week. But yeah, we recorded some vocals. So we're almost done with song number 2.
Now, is this a brand new song you're working on?
It's a different one. Cool. I don't think you've heard it yet. Sweet. I might have. But we have to mix it still. But yeah, so we're halfway done. We got 4 songs. We just got to get through 2 more.
There you go.
And yeah.
So that'll be a total of what? 4?
We'll have 4, yep.
And then that's when you're releasing.
Yeah, we're trying to do the social media thing a little bit too, because that's the world we live in. So we're going to try to stock up on some content and do a lot of cool things. We want to have cool animations with our stuff. We're talking about having collectibles like action figures.
That's
and
sweet.
Having vinyl to sell because we're all nerds.
It's a tangible item. It's something you like can touch and collect and like keep. Like my chicken back here. It's like. It's a collectible item. I mean,
it means something.
Yeah, it means something to me.
Just because you see it and look at it. Yeah. And I think that I like that buying band T-shirts from people. and we want to try to make like high quality things. We don't want to make it too cheap and just to make money.
Right.
We want to make like a cool t-shirt you could have for years.
Yeah, nothing pisses me off more than buying a t-shirt, washing it like 5 or 6 times, and then it's either like cracked, if it's not meant to be already cracked, but it's either cracked or faded or peeling or stuff like that. Do that.
Yeah, which I get it. Bands don't make a lot of money. It's hard to still like put that money into all that because if it's high quality, you're gonna have to dump some money into it. Yeah, for sure. But our goal is to not be putting out things that's just a waste of money after 6 months.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. What do you got going on this week?
Man, this week has been crazy too. Just working, Awesome Lawson stuff, Daniel and Jordan stuff. But I do have a pretty good story. I don't know if any of you guys or if you, are with a significant other, male or female, because I could really care less. But I'm married to Whitney, and
a female.
Yeah, she's a female. I don't know many Whitney men, but I wouldn't put it past them. I'm sure there's some out there, but. There's just certain things that you do that is embarrassing,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do this time?
I didn't do anything, but I tell you what I was doing. I was softly asleep, completely asleep, in the best sleep I've ever had. I mean, I stay up pretty late. I stay up till like probably 2. Sometimes I wake up at 7, take the kids to the bus stop, this, that, and the other. So I don't get much sleep, but when I do sleep, it is the best sleep. And I'm woken up to sounds like a pitcher of water being poured into the toilet. Like it is that loud. And I'm like, what in the hell is that? Well, Whitney took 3 laxatives.
Oh.
Not 1, not 2, 3. And literally she was complaining all day, my stomach, my stomach, my stomach. And, she would go in the bathroom, smells like death. And then, 7 times later, she's still in there. Okay, well, I don't think she has nothing more to get out at this point at all.
Right.
And so it's 3 a.m, and it sounds like, the big bucket at Holiday World when it dumps over and it's like...
Some poor child's underneath
Yes. And he's like, getting shit on. And, but yeah, dude, it was so loud and it woke me up from my sleep. And the bathroom is behind the wall. It's behind the wall and it's a pretty big bathroom. But her poop squirts woke me up. Heard every bit of it.
Oh, God.
And I asked her about it that morning. I was like, what was going on? And she's like, it's them laxatives. Well, then I go to use the bathroom, of course, and there's residue all over the all over the toilet seat. So I lift it up and it looked like an exact replica of a toilet from Walmart. I said, Jesus Christ, honey, do you not like it was just everywhere, all over the bowl, all over the rim. It looked like a toilet in Walmart.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
The splashback.
Yes.
The splashback up underneath.
Yes.
You shouldn't have looked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know why I looked. I don't know what I was doing down there. Maybe just, inspecting the toilet.
Mm-hmm. See, my fiance checks after me. That's her problem.
See, I've never had splashback. I don't know nothing about. I've never had liquid poop.
You've never had diarrhea?
Not to that extent. I mean, it's been like mushy, kind of like oatmeal-ish.
Yeah, sludgy. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's actually worse. But you never had liquid? Seriously,
I never have. So I've never experienced that.
Do you eat fast food often? I know, you do the Chick-fil-A thing, right? But you get your wraps but you don't do like
Taco Bell. Yeah. No, I would love to.
Chicken sandwich.
I've heard their spicy chicken gives people massive diarrhea.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it does. Yeah.
It messes Dustin up. He's like, it's the best spicy chicken in the world, but I will not eat it because it gives me diarrhea.
But he will eat it.
Yeah. I love it. It does the same thing to Bree. Sorry, Bree, because I know you're listening right now. But hey, no one knows what you look like, but they do know your name.
We'll post a picture right up here.
That's my best friend.
But it's diarrhea.
But yeah, and I was just shocked.
Yeah,
a beautiful woman.
My woman takes poopy pills too.
Terribly
That's what she calls them.
Inside poopy pill. Oh,
Does
she have to do that all the time?
All the time, and it doesn't seem like it affects her at all.
So she still doesn't poop.
It's the most bizarre thing.
Might need to get that looked at.
Yeah, I know she's gone. She has an app on her phone where it's got she can enter in a log literally,
A poop log.
The form of the poop, like if it's pellets or if it's liquid or if it's.
I have lots of pellets
whatever.
right now.
You're a pellet guy?
Yeah, because of my diet and constipation. Yeah.
Oh, you're on the opposite side of the spectrum.
It's kind of like gravel, like pea-sized gravel.
Gravel.
Not like as small as rabbit shit.
So it bleeds.
But pretty close. I mean, it does sound like you're dropping a bag of Legos in there.
A bag of Legos.
So I get a little splashback from that, but it's clean water, so at the end of the day, that really helps get everything off. But so that's cool. She's got a little log for her poop. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, just that embarrassing stuff that Whitney does. I love her to death, but she's got issues.
The toilet, yeah, it's a private area. I'm sure you asked her to bring this up, right?
Nope.
I didn't ask Kanye to bring mine up, so.
Here's our wives.
Yeah. Going to the doghouse.
Yeah, that's funny.
Once again, Dan and I stay in the doghouse, I think.
Yeah, I've learned to live with it and just, embrace it. Yeah. Once you get in there, you just redecorate it a little bit,
Just like a dog, you walk a couple rounds in a circle and then you lay down.
Exactly. But yeah, that's been my week, man. But we'll see what next week has in store for the both of us,
Yeah.
Well, comes to our favorite part of the episode where we come up with the word of the day. And when I say we, I mean my best friend, Jordan Hunter.
Mm-hmm. This is all I think about
that
all
was
week.
Hold on. Let's not discredit that introduction.
Thank you, Daniel.
Okay.
Is that what you needed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, take her off.
Word of the week this week is vulnerability. I think it's important to be able to put yourself out there, know that you have weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses. People who put themselves out there aren't just people who are ultra strong with no flaws. You need to be vulnerable with people close to you. And if you're wanting to do something like we are, you gotta be vulnerable putting it out there in the public.
Yeah.
And people are going to point out your weaknesses. That's going to happen. That's a real fear, but who cares? All it is talk. There's not much more to it than that. And I think it's important for you to strengthen your weaknesses. You have to be vulnerable for the start.
Yeah, and it's a scary thing to become vulnerable. I mean, that's a big step, to becoming the person that you are. I feel like that is one of the major steps of becoming an adult, is being able to be that way towards your spouse, towards your kids, towards your friends.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to become vulnerable, but when you do, I feel like it kind of, I don't know, I feel like when I'm vulnerable, a weight is lifted off my chest. If there's something I need to talk about or just open up, and I feel good about it, especially if I have that person I can lean on who's not going to judge me for something or, think twice because I did something or said something. But it's just like I'm opening up. I'm completely free. Here's what's going on, and at the end of the day, you could be a person that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
For opening up,
Yeah. Being vulnerable, it's amazing how at first you're really scared because you're insecure of that weakness that you have. But you'll be surprised when you start trying to be vulnerable with your friends and your family or the one person that you're close to. And once you show those weaknesses to those people, and if they care about you, they won't make you feel worse about it. They'll make you realize that maybe you have anxieties about something that's not, you're overthinking it. Mm-hmm. You're overreacting, and that those weaknesses are something that everyone experiences in life, that we aren't perfect people. We don't have perfect pasts. We don't have perfect futures either. And that being able to admit that we have made mistakes and there is a healing process that starts once you're able to be vulnerable with someone. And it's not to say you need to put it out there for the whole public to see, because honestly, there's too many people out there who are too judgmental and all that are going to come at you and they'll make you feel worse about it. But if you can just start with your friends and family so they can give you a loving response, you can grow a strength in that. And then in that strength, the public criticism, you can kind of shrug off.
Yeah.
And all of this is hypothetical. I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, other people's opinions that you don't know shouldn't even matter anyways, But at the end of the day, we're human and we have feelings. Just because you don't care what they have to say doesn't mean what they say is not going to hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you just can't worry about that stuff.
Is it worth losing all the possibilities that this world has to offer because you're scared of that? No, it's not when it comes down to it.
Right.
You have to make a decision. It's either that or that. And
when did you feel like you, understood opening up and becoming vulnerable? How long ago was that for you, or what is an experience that you've had by doing that?
Well, my family has been very open for, like, I was always allowed to speak my mind on things and stuff like that.
And that's good. That's huge to have. I mean, a lot of kids, feel like they can't open up, or even adults.
And they get trained to hold everything in.
Yeah.
And I've always been pretty open and honest. I mean, I still have made mistakes in my life that I keep to myself, but mostly everything. But like with Kanye, like just being open and honest about things, like even the things that I wouldn't tell anyone. I've had moments where I've told Kanye, and her reaction has been so loving and telling me that she knows who I actually am and that these things don't matter. That it's a powerful healing that starts once you have someone tell you that that's okay. What about you?
Me, I feel like I become vulnerable a lot whenever I started social media. I feel like I had to, because regardless of what you've done, it's gonna come out at some point, and I'm not ever one to stand up on a pedestal and say like, I'm a great guy just because I, preach positivity or preach love, you know what I mean? And I don't really preach. I believe in it. I feel like we should all build each other up at the end of the day. And I genuinely want the world to be a better place. But at a point in my life, I could give two shits about that.
Yeah.
I was more concerned about myself and my feelings in that moment, versus somebody else, you know what I mean? And there's plenty of mistakes that I've made. Some of those were good mistakes, but then there's some that were just terrible. But I've learned to be vulnerable, and here on my podcast, it's like, I'm a glass window. I mean, I could care less, because at the end of the day, I know truly who I am as a person now at 33 years old. It took a long time. I mean, it didn't take, I'm not going to sit here and say when I become 21, I was, no, I'm talking within the past year and a half to 2 years. And it could have been the fact that when Leighton was born, but that is when I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I know who I am now, and I know who I'm going to be going forward. So there's no need to be stressing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the people I'm surrounded with, mostly important, know who I am now and who I am going forward and who I was. So not only do they see who I am now and going forward, they knew what I was, and they saw that transition moment, which is huge. So I think maybe around 2 years ago when Leighton was born is when I became super open about stuff and very vulnerable. And at the end of the day, I got a huge story to tell, and it's just growth as a human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you've nailed it. The word of the week almost was mistakes. And I think all this can play into it.
Yeah.
I think that we don't want to be vulnerable because of mistakes that we've made. And I think that it's important to accept your past. And the only way to get past it is to understand that you are now not the person you were.
Yeah.
And that the only way you learned was through mistakes. And if I look at my life, all it is learning from mistakes, which means I've made mistakes constantly.
I mean, we're human. We're not AI.
It's insane how you hold yourself to this standard though in your head to be this thing, because I guess society is like, if you put any of that out there, they immediately tear you down. They want to tear you down.
For
Some
sure.
people do, not everyone, but the most vocal ones do. And yeah, man, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy stuff. And it's not easy. It's certainly not easy. And I'm talking about me at 33, just now kind of figuring this out. And I can look at a lot of people around me who I could see them very benefiting heavily from being more vulnerable.
What would you say the first steps would be to become vulnerable?
First steps to becoming vulnerable. I think what I was saying earlier, that the one person in your life that you trust the most.
Yeah. Whether that be a significant other, brother, sister, mom, dad, whoever.
Exactly. And opening up about something that you could be ashamed of it, or it doesn't have to be a big deal to start.
Right, yeah.
To start, you just tell them, just show them that you're human, show them that who you really are. And you'll be probably surprised how people love when you are willing to share with them.
Yeah.
I had a buddy recently come over and was vulnerable with me, and it made me feel honored. Right. Someone was willing to be vulnerable. And you should be a person who other people feel okay to be vulnerable around.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing too. It's not just about you being vulnerable. It's about
other people
being comfortable with you being vulnerable there.
And for them to even, like you said, come to you for that person. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that is like, that should make you feel great. You know what I mean? As being that person, being that friend that this person could come to, and you're probably thinking, who the hell am I?
Yeah.
I'm Jordan Wayne Hunter, the guy with 3 names, you know, it's like three first names, you know, like, who am I? And I feel that too in certain ways, you know, with some of one of my good friends come over, and it's like, who am I? You know, I sitting here and this guy's pouring his soul, and it's like, I'm understanding, dude, I made so many mistakes. Why is this guy talking to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, again, that person sees your growth and knows who you are now. Did this person know you back then? I don't know. Maybe he did. And he saw who you were. He saw who you are now, who you're becoming, because we're constantly growing as humans. You know what I mean? We're never we're not here, you know, as long as we do self-educate.
Yeah.
And as long as you're moving in that right direction, people see that transition. And there's so many people who are like, holy shit, I want to be like this guy. I want to change. I want to do better. And dude, that makes you feel, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. It makes you feel great.
The more people who do it, the more everyone feels it's possible, the more we can all get there.
Yeah.
And it takes a seed of, I'm using too many words up, I feel like this week, a seed of just bravery to be able to put yourself out there, that there aren't many people, there's way less people doing that than you think. And you'd be surprised how much people respect you when you start doing stuff like that.
Yeah. You'll see growth within the first 5 minutes. You'll feel growth after that first conversation, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a huge weight lifted off your chest. But if you were anything like me and you start, you better tell that person to buckle up, because it's going to be a long ride. You know what I mean?
Amen. And if you don't have someone, talk to a therapist.
Yeah.
That's my best advice. And all those things work. And a therapist is someone who is paid to not be judgmental towards you. I've seen a therapist before. So seriously, no judgments here at all.
And we are not therapists.
And we're not therapists.
Nor do we get paid to be therapists. But if you do have questions or advice that you would want, us to give, we're here for you. And we have an email now. What's that email?
Jordan. Oh, well, don't write that down.
Yep.
Daniel and Jordan podcast @gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to send in an email to us and ask us for advice on something. It doesn't have to be something massive. I know today we're talking about being vulnerable. About
deep.
Like, you don't have to come and be super vulnerable with us. We love lighthearted conversation.
We don't want to know all your problems, because we're not that smart.
Don't put too much on me yet. But yeah, just send us any questions. It could be a small issue you have that maybe you're just trying to need help sorting out. Maybe you just want to know what kind of lunch you want to take to work tomorrow.
Yeah, because I got you covered if you need to.
Turkey and cheese.
Yeah.
And a bag of chips and a little snack pack.
Yeah, you got to go. Oh, snack packs. See, I was thinking more Little Debbie or Big Deborah.
Oh, yeah. Well, an orange. How about that? Something healthy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, thank you for the word of the week. That's good. What are you going to do this week to try to even be more vulnerable?
What am I going to do to be more vulnerable? Maybe I'll open up to you, Daniel.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe we'll do that on the road trip, huh? We'll have some vulnerable
that sounds
moments.
good. Yeah, we could talk, because I got buckle up.
Yeah, I got
plenty of
you too, buddy.
Self problems. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. For sure, I'd appreciate that, and it'd probably feel good to get some stuff off my chest too. But as you guys know, we just gave you the email to write in, and if you have a question or need advice with something, we've done that, and we have our.
We need to name this segment. What do we name it? I feel like it needs like something
questions
catchy.
From our
We're
listeners.
not gonna call them fans. Yeah, we won't call them fans.
They're probably not fans at all. Yeah, we'll come up with something catchy that on the next episode we'll probably know, because we could probably sit here for 20 minutes and still not come up with something.
Yep, that's usually how it goes.
But yeah, so we have a question, and they would like to be help with this. How do you move beyond fear and chasing your dreams, which falls perfectly in today's category.
I didn't hear that before I came with the word of the week. So when you said that earlier, I was like, "What? That's perfect."
Mm-hmm.
I think your fears might be something a little too much in your head, and the more vulnerable you are, you might be surprised that those weaknesses aren't as weak as you think, and that a lot of people experience similar things. And I think if you can get past some of those fears you have by being vulnerable and showing other people what your fears are, and they can relate to it, and then you don't feel weird that you're the only person who's having this crazy fear, I think that's when you start blossoming and you start leaning into your strengths more. And then those weaknesses just don't affect your mood. They don't affect your motivation. They don't affect all these things that are really holding you back from success. Is just the ability to get up and do the things that you need to do to get to where you want.
Right.
Yes.
I think moving beyond fear, you should put your purse down.
Put your what down?
Put your purse down.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. He was all serious, and I was trying to throw in a joke, you know. But yeah, just understanding your end goal. You know what I mean? Stuff's going to be scary along the way, but understand where you want to go with whatever dream you're chasing, and just understand that it's going to be tough. I mean, it could be easy. Maybe you could be extremely great at it, but learn stuff as you go. Don't worry about the fear. Just, be a beast,
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Chase your
I know we
dreams.
keep saying this. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's some decisions are worthy of you spending a lot of time on. Some decisions you're spending too much time on.
Yeah.
That some things, not everything matters. Not everyone who's watching your stuff is picking out every little detail that you are because you're creating it. What's the main overarching thing that you're wanting to do? Keep your eye on that prize. Don't allow all these little decisions to become overwhelming, and keep working to that main prize.
Regardless, you're going to have the naysayers in whatever you do.
Yeah.
And it's going to be more than one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
someone said Jesus couldn't walk on water probably, or when he was doing it.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. They were probably thinking, there's plexiglass under there. They didn't even make plexiglass back then, but there was plexiglass under there.
He's the carpenter, so.
Yeah. There's a string attached to him in the middle of the sea, But yeah, that's that. We got a big week ahead of us this week. We are headed out on Friday to Atlanta, and that's going to be extremely fun. What else you got for them?
We'll be releasing promos.
Yep.
We're actually kind of a half launch this week, and we're going to start doing stories and stuff. And then
we are going live on the 22nd, baby.
Yeah.
All episodes you're hearing now and next week. Well, unless you listen to them all at once.
I don't know why we're
weird.
I don't know why we're hyping it.
Weird.
No one's going to hear this until way later.
I know. But yeah, so at least you're 5 episodes in when we launch. You got plenty of content to listen to. So just go ahead and go to the next one right now, because you're currently hearing my voice, all 6 of you. It's much appreciated. And mostly important, do us a favor. If you truly enjoy this podcast and you think someone could benefit from it, whether it's friends or family, sisters or brothers, whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, send it to them. Send them a text message with the link. Send them the podcast and say, hey, check out these 2 morons. They're actually funny, kinda. And one of them's halfway smart, and it's not the guy wearing the hat and has the beard. It's the guy with the mustaches and glasses.
I don't know why you said.
I said mustaches like you got 6 of them over there.
It feels like with all the gaps.
But yeah, just text it to somebody. I mean, if you truly enjoy it, send it to them. That would do us a huge favor. And who knows, you could change someone's life by doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, community. We like to build a community, and we want more and more people to just kind of be able to be a part of something positive.
Yeah.
Be the change we like to see in the world.
Because guess what, baby? You're at the right place at the right time. Until next time, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're Daniel and Jordan. Easy flexing over there, buddy, because you could have busted out that damn shirt.
It's a tight shirt. Didn't show.
Yeah.
Still had room in there.
Yeah. Put let me flex in yours. That'll look really good. It goes upside down. Have you ever? That would suck.